There are many reasons why one would need a bulk freighter, like shipping crop yields between planets or carrying the latest goofy little product that's trending on space TikTok to market. And fortunately, there's a bulk freighter for every occasion. Several months ago, I brought to you the cream of the crop, and today's video is about 5 more of the best. Are they better or worse than the last batch? Let's find out. I am Joey from Radio Free Coruscant, and these are the best bulk freighters in Star Wars Volume 2. Acclimator. While not technically a bulk freighter by any stretch of the imagination, the Rothana Heavy Engineering Acclamator-class transgalactic assault ship would no doubt fill the role exceptionally well, at least for the Republic and the Empire. It is highly unlikely that any of these incredibly powerful transport ships ever made it to the civilian market, but a black market Acclimator would be an outstanding investment for those with no problem operating an illegal ship. The Acclimator would be especially useful for someone looking to carry vehicles, as that was its primary use in the Clone Wars, but any cargo that fit inside it would work just fine. The Acclimator measured 752 meters long by 460 meters wide and 183 tall. It had a tremendously fast top speed of 1200 kilometers per hour and an absolutely incredible Class 0.6 hyperdrive, one of the fastest ever installed on a ship of its size. It was armed with 12 quad turbo laser turrets, 24 point defense laser cannons, and 4 heavy missile or torpedo launch tubes. It required 700 crew and could carry 16,000 passengers. On top of that, it could also carry 320 speeder bikes, 80 LAATs, 48 ATTEs, and 36 SPHAs, as well as 11,250 tons of miscellaneous cargo. It cost a whopping 29 million credits, but if you need to move a large amount of cargo extremely quickly and securely, the Acclimator is the finest option in the galaxy. Darius G. While not technically a bulk freighter either, the Darius G-class freighter was a great ship with a ton of customization options to adapt it to your exact needs. It could carry some cargo internally and a lot more in modular cargo pods on the outside. These could be loaded and unloaded individually, or could probably just be dropped entirely all at once to expedite the cargo transfer process. Drop off your load at your destination, pick up a new set of pods pre-filled for your return voyage, and be back on your way almost without stopping for a layover at all. And this also enabled it to carry a variety of things as well. Nearly all Darius Gs were seen with 2 rows of standard pods on the sides, but you could also get additional racks on the top and bottom to double the cargo capacity, or even swap out the cargo pods for liquid storage tanks. And the customization doesn't stop there. There were 2 separate body styles for the Darius G, cylindrical or boxy, and it could be ordered with or without 4 rear stabilizer fins. There was even a custom variant of the Darius G called the Mining Guild Freighter that featured an entirely different command and crew section for some reason. The Darius G may not be as large or have as much storage as the other ships on this list, but its versatility and customizability speak for themselves. We know nothing of its official specifications for sure, but by my estimation, the Darius G measured about 215 meters long by 60 meters wide and 50 meters tall. Its top speed was around 600 to 700 kilometers per hour, and it likely had a Class 2 hyperdrive. It likely required 10 to 20 crew given its 18 one-person escape pods, and it could probably carry 50 to 100,000 tons of cargo. I imagine it could probably carry a few passengers as well. Some models appeared to be armed with a single laser turret, and the Mining Guild freighter had 2 dual laser cannons, but most were unarmed. Like the rest of its stats, its price is currently unknown, but I would guess at least 200 to 300,000 credits. AA9. Finally, we encounter an actual bulk freighter with the Bodajef Shipyard's AA9 freighter liner. These enormous and somewhat funny-looking ships were originally designed to haul cargo, but many were converted to carry passengers as well and were put to work by the refugee relief movement, relocating Republic refugees from planets taken over by the Confederacy of Independent Systems. The ship had several large cargo doors for quick loading and unloading, and multiple decks for different categories of storage. The passenger section even had a cafeteria. There isn't a whole lot to say about the AA-9, it's just an all-around good freighter. The AA-9 measured 390 meters long by about 220 wide and 120 tall. It had a top speed of 420 kilometers per hour in atmosphere and an equally pitiful Class 4 hyperdrive. It could carry an impressive 30,000 passengers and a less impressive 3 months of supplies. Its crew requirements and cargo capacity are unknown, but I would guess it to require at least 100 crew and carry 100,000 to 200,000 tons of cargo. Its price was unknown as well, but it would have almost certainly been at least 3 million credits. Class A Transport. The Caniff Yard's Class A Modular Freight Transport is a very interesting freighter that you may not have heard of before. These ships were in service several hundred years before the Battle of Yavin, and had largely been retired by the time of the Skywalker Saga era, but in their heyday they were one of the finest bulk freighters money could buy. The ship was a large triangular prism with racks for cargo containers on the outside, and a hollow center where up to 144 different modules could be installed to customize the ship to suit different cargo loads. One set of modules could convert half of its interior cargo space into an aquarium for transporting large sea creatures, and another could provide extra passenger quarters. One passenger configuration, seen on the ill-fated Legacy Run, made the ship's floor into a passenger concourse for travelers to mill about and look out the ship's force field protected front gate. That doesn't really seem entirely safe to me, but I guess it worked fine. I expect there were probably modules for fuel transport, refrigerated items, and other goods with specialized storage requirements. I could also see there being a module to carry smaller ships inside, either for manufacturers to ship them to dealerships, or possibly even to allow it to operate as a starfighter carrier. Though the Class A was operated during a time of great peace in the galaxy, so that probably wouldn't have crossed its designers' minds. There are no publicly available stats for the Class A, but we can make some educated guesses. I expect it to be about 390 meters long by 160 meters wide and 95 meters tall. Its top speed was probably no greater than 500 kilometers per hour, and it had a Class 3 hyperdrive. We only know of 3 crew members on the Legacy Run, but I would imagine it to need at least 100. Its passenger and cargo capacities would be variable depending on the modules installed, but we know if you optimize for passenger capacity, it could carry up to 9,000, and I expect if you optimize for cargo, it would probably be around 150,000 tons. Its price is impossible to say. We don't really know what ships in general cost in the High Republic era, least of all this one, but I would put it at around 1.5 million credits, plus the cost of any modules you might purchase. Class 4 Container Transport. The final ship on our list is much like the previous one in several ways. With a triangular cross-section and a similar name, you would be forgiven for getting them confused. But the Kuat Drive Yard's Class 4 Container Transport was a very different ship, and one of the best bulk freighters ever made. These ships could be seen hauling Imperial equipment and goods across the galaxy, towing a train of 230 large cargo containers in a cube formation behind them. This made loading and unloading highly efficient, as the containers could be loaded before the ship arrived or unloaded after it left. The ship shared several components with the Arquitens cruiser, such as its weapons and bridge module, perhaps to simplify construction or cut costs. The Class 4 measured 233 meters long by about 210 meters wide and 165 meters tall. It had a top speed of 700 kilometers per hour and a Class 1 hyperdrive. It was armed with a double turbo-laser battery and 2 point defense laser turrets. The ship required a crew of only 9, 2 pilots, 4 gunners, a captain, a cargo master, and a navigator. Its cargo capacity is unknown, but I would guess it to be at least 230,000 tons, assuming a capacity of 1,000 tons per cargo container. It could have been anywhere from 23,000 to 2.3 million though, as we don't have any idea what one of the containers could hold. We don't know the price of the Class 4 either, but I think something around 2 million credits seems likely. And those are 5 more of the best bulk freighters in Star Wars. Let me know which of these was your favorite, and check out the first installment if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. RFC, out.